tomorrow.
Hey, Kim, I've got a joke for you. What do you call a group of Labor frontbenchers standing in a circle?
You describe it as an arc of instability.
G'day folks, welcome to the Glasshouse, the program that asks the question, did Russell Crowe really call his new baby Tennyson? Or when Danielle asked him about a name, did he say, shh, Tennyson? More news than 200th birthday presents this week. It's early days, but bookmakers have installed George W. Bush as a 200-to-1 long shot to win the Nobel Peace Prize in December. Osama's 50-to-1. But why not? Iraq is at peace. There's a piece over there, a piece over there. When George was told he was in the running, he claimed he wasn't eligible for the Nobel because he has a bell. Laura makes him wear it when he goes out to play on the lawn. Australia Post has scrapped the redback spider stamp because it's so realistic, they're worried it might frighten people when they open their letterbox. And there's the added danger of real redbacks getting into your mail and trying to root the stamp. This is true. Australia Post has a new series called Dangerous Australians, including the great white shark, box jellyfish, saltwater croc, blue-ringed octopus and eastern brown snake. They also tested a cane toad stamp, but people wouldn't stop licking it. In the UK, scientists are developing a mosquito repellent using human body odour. It seems some of us repel the bloodsuckers by producing unattractive chemicals. This is why you never get bitten by mozzies in a taxi. Congrats!
Hi. Booze news, Wilcoholic. New South Wales Premier Maurice Yemmer has floated a proposal to allow people to vote at their local pub. Well, voting sober hasn't worked. Might as well try voting drunk. Maurice, are you sure you want people voting in a place with signs that say toss the boss? I can see it now. Blokes will go up to vote Labor, see some big-boobed wench in a tight coalition T-shirt and suddenly it'll be 5 Liberals, thanks. Maybe they could even rig up the pokies as voting machines. It's still gambling, only with less chance of winning.
Thank you!
Yeah. Oh, great news.
Awesome.
I found out during the week that, did you know that not eating the correct amount of fruit and vegetables is worse for your health than abusing drugs and alcohol and having unsafe sex? That's cool, because I don't do any of those things, but I'm still hardcore. Seriously, I did not know that. You're meant to eat 5 bits of vegetables and 2 fruits a day. You know, and I don't. And the thing is, I'm a vegetarian. Seriously, though, I am a vegetarian. People say, why did you give up meat? Well, I didn't have a bad experience. I didn't eat a chop and then drive my car off a bridge. I gave up meat because I heard it was bad for your bowels and you get bowel cancer, and there's a history of bowel cancer in my family. Sam Neill doesn't tell you about that when he does his meat ads, does he? Doesn't have everyone running around and dancing around in bloody colostomy bags, does he?
All right, let's get to it. Joining me, Corinne and Dave, to throw some stones in the Glasshouse tonight, a legend of Australian cricket, once as a demon fast bowler, now as a national selector, Merv Hughes! I love you. The people love you. And Melbourne's grand lady of comedy, Denise Scott! All right, movers and shakers. First up, US psychologist Dr. Robin Smith, who believes divorce rates would plummet if people stopped telling lies at the altar. Who lies at the altar? I mean, apart from altar boys. The good doctor says people should take a long, hard look not at their spouse, but themselves. But be warned, if you take a long, hard look at yourself and get turned on, you might be gay. Of course, there are different levels of honesty. Guess what? I'm not perfect is good honesty. Guess what? You're not perfect is bad honesty. And guess what I just did in the bathroom is grounds for a trial separation. Denise, you're happily de factoed. How honest are you?
Well, I have to say that, yeah, I've been with John 26 years now, and this whole thing about, was it Robin, the psychologist? What crap. Can I say, is that just too straight? She's full of crap. Robin is full of crap because, as if at the altar, say John and I had got married 26 years ago, right? What was I meant to say? You know, what was the minister meant to say? Do you take this 25-year-old, fit, spunky woman who will one day put on weight and lose interest in sex to be your lawful wedded wife? We don't think that's the point. You see, we don't know when we're 25 that that's what awaits us, do we, Merv? we don't.
Can't argue with that.
I think it is, you know, and the other thing, like, of course, you know, you don't know these things when you're 25. You know, when I was 25 and met John, I didn't know that within 3 years I'd have 2 little children covered in eczema and I'd be living in a house with a leaky roof and that my partner would have announced he's giving up medicine to become a clown. Of course I got cranky. Of course I abused.
Yeah. You did not know the clown dream before the children.
No.
You didn't have shoes under the bed that were big.
He did.
Really, John was a clown.
What do you mean, what? He's one of Australia's greatest living clowns around.
I actually didn't know that.
Yes.
I hope not giving this away, but my favourite thing that he does is that he goes around to, if he finds dog turds on the street, this is right, isn't it? Is this right?
What are you talking about?
Well, I heard...
He juggled them.
I heard this, that he found dog turds on the street and put little flags that have John Howard's face on them in the dog turd. Is that right? Is that right?
You fool. That's Judith Lucy's partner.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, and he's not a clown, he's an artist.
I cannot believe that your husband, John, hasn't married you yet because you seem so nice.
Hello. He keeps asking, but we've been yes, and we've only been together 26 years. You can't rush. But you're getting married, aren't you?
I am getting married, yeah.
And yeah.
Absolutely, end of the year.
How
How do you work on the romance?
Okay, this is it. Yeah, because this. Yeah. Hey, how long have you been together?
About 4 years.
Yeah, of course it's going downhill. Now, but you.
Can I tell you what? This is a true story. We were lying in bed a while back. And
no, not lying in bed. Yeah, all
I
right.
busted a move, and I swear to God, she said, "Can you make it quick? I'm tired." Made me angry, Denise, because have I ever let you down before, you know? Nothing if not consistent. I need to sleep as well, sweetheart.
Now, Dave, how old are you?
Merv, I'm 35.
So you're not jumping into anything at 25 that you don't understand.
What
a little
age,
bit more mature.
Yeah, what age were you when you got married, Merv?
33.
Wow, that's
Didn't
cool.
help.
How do you keep the fire in your relationship? How many years have you been married, Merv?
14.
Do you still come off the long run? Or...
It's sort of cut short with the 3 kids.
And has it dropped off? Like
The passion's still there.
The passion's still there?
The passion's still there.
You still got
Yes.
the fire in the belly, yeah?
Yeah, me too, John too. I'd say, but it's not for sex. It's
What's
for
it for?
crosswords. No, I'm telling you.
You haven't hit Sudoku yet, have you?
We've hit Sudoku, Merv.
You're past
When we do
Sudoku.
the Sudoku, very hard to... And not only that, but we share the same spectacles. One pair we have 1.5 cheap from the chemist.
Do you want to do something different tonight, baby? Let's do the word jumble.
That's only Friday nights.
Our next mover and shaker is former Australian cricketer Tim May, who says exhausted players may resort to industrial action to protest their relentless touring schedule. But can they do that? Aren't our players on AWAs? Or did Howard put in a special cricketer's exemption clause? Something has to be done. Our cricketers are stuck in a ruthless play, travel, play, fall over schedule. Or in Warnie's case, play, travel, play, SMS, play, blow up doll, play, travel, cavort in Playboy Y-fronts, with scrubbers, play, travel, gel hair. Merv, you've worn the baggy green. Are cricketers overworked?
I think in this current environment, yes, they are. The guys that play one-day cricket and that play the Test cricket.
What other kinds of cricket are there?
Well, they play both codes. So
they play
yeah, so
both.
the guys that either play Test cricket or one-day cricket, obviously they're not under the stresses of players that play both.
Right.
So when that happens and when they're touring, yeah.
How often a week would you play one-day cricket?
How often a week would you play one-day cricket? That depends on the schedule. You may play 3 times a week.
So they might work 3 days a week.
Yes, I can see your point. It is physically demanding.
So out of the 11 players, when
Yes.
your team's batting, how many of them are actually standing up?
2.
Hey, but come on, I know nothing about this topic, but I know nothing. But surely, you know, batsmen who just stand there, Dave, are psychologically working their guts out. You're right. That's why it's funny. Psychologically working and striving to do the best they can for their country.
Merv was standing on the sidelines coming up with new stretches.
I represent her country, and this is what I get for it.
At cricket, mate, not in a war.
Well, it is war. Got the Ashes coming up. It is war. But the players, at the end of the last season, went to South Africa and we got to Bangladesh for the first day of the Test match, and our players were just absolutely shot because of the scheduling.
Yeah.
We've been sort of criticised by the media when we rest Ricky Ponting, when we rest Glenn McGrath, when we rest Adam Gilchrist, because they're the better players in the team.
Yeah.
And people go to the games to watch them play.
So, Merv, could cricketers take industrial action on this and strike?
Certainly with the schedule that the players are under now and the pressure they're put under both physically and mentally, there's a very real possibility.
It'd be a hard march, though, wouldn't like down the city streets, just 11 blokes sort of being pushed on a bed, you know, because they'll be tired. They'll have to be pushed. They could be pushed on beds, Merv, and just barely be able to wave. Just tired. We're tired, Australia. We're tired.
How do you go with physical fitness, Merv? During your career, you looked not... I mean, you obviously steamed in every day, but you never looked that fit. Is that fair to say?
Well, I suppose to look fit and to be fit are 2 different things.
Sure.
You don't play at the high level in any sport if you're not fit, if you can't get through. So,
But let's be fair, Merv. When the other players were having drinks, you were having a chocolate thick shake, weren't you? When they had oranges at quarter time, you had a Terry's chocolate orange, didn't you, Merv?
yeah, pretty much. No, I always got hammered for my weight, and I
You
just
seem to
thought...
get hammered a lot. Have you got a drinking problem? Or...
One of our greatest living legends.
Thank you very much.
Can you, one of my favourite stories I ever got told about you, and can you confirm that this is true? Because I hope that this is true. Hand on my
Is this
heart.
like the flags and the dog?
I heard a great story about a day where you were bowling to Jarvid, me and
Yes.
Dad. And Jarvid was sledging you about your weight, and he said, Merv, you look like a fat bus conductor. Is that correct?
You should be driving buses. You're too fat to be playing cricket.
Now, what? You came in, next ball, bowled him middle stump, and what did you say?
Well, pretty close. Got him caught in the gully.
Right.
I just ran past him and just said, tickets, please, Jarvis.
Our favourite mover and shaker is the scrubber, formerly known as Posh Spice, Victoria Beckham, who's become something called a thin-spiration for anorexics. And after being thin-spired, they end up in intensive care. Victoria is not so much a human being as a pole to hang implants on.
Oh, I love it.
Seriously, look at that photo.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Still, even Bex thinks his wife is too skinny. He actually met Victoria when he threw a stick in the park and his dog brought her back. Korean knew like a feed, a human Chupa Chup's sexy.
That photo of Victoria Beckham, how does she hold herself up on those? And what the hell is she wearing? Is that like a hanky?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. She should take it off.
Like a stick insect with airbags.
That's the only way you can get on the front of New Weekly these days, you know?
I reckon there's more to your life than wanting to get on the front of New Weekly. If you had to do that to yourself. OK, next week I want to see you come in with an enormous pair of boobs and see whether that gets you on the front of New Weekly.
Well, would that have to be mine or going to be...
I'm finding this conversation a little bit offensive.
Really?
Well, I have big...
And you are bone thin as well.
Yeah, but they're real,
no, I'm
aren't
not. No, they're balloons.
The weird thing, your clown husband blew them up. You can actually make them into a dog if you like.
To try that when I go home. But this is a true thing happened last week. I went into the David Jones lingerie department. It's just the difference in people's size, right? I go to the big busted ladies' bra section.
I don't even know where that is.
No, of course you don't, Corinne. Not
Nice,
many
I'm
people do.
I've never
And
got
it's where you get your E, F, G, triple Z
what does
cut bras. Anyway, I bought my bra and I put it on the counter, and this girl came up at the very same time and she put hers down next to mine.
Sure, yeah.
And there was this awkward moment where we both looked, and mine was just this, and hers is this tiny little. It would have fitted a mouse. It was this tiny little bra and tiny little pants, and they were there, and mine was here, and this is. I'm kid you not. The shop assistant just went, looked at me, and she went, "Oh, it's not that bad." This is what she said. That's when I noticed that the tiny little bra and pants set for the mouse had security, had a security.
Sure.
I thought that security tag is bigger than the bra. That's when I noticed mine, no security tag. Not a security tag. You go to the F-cup department, there's not a security. Do they think us big busted women aren't going to shoplift? You can fit everything up there. You can tell...
Where have we gone from being skinny to having big boobs? Well, I've lost track of the conversation.
No, because posh is skinny.
Oh, with big boobs.
Okay. Look, there's no logical consequence.
I think
of the
what Denise
discussion
is saying is that when you've got big boobs, you can shoplift, and Posh Spice is a shoplifter.
Thanks,
Is that
Corinne,
defamation?
Yes.
You want us to feel sorry for you because you've got big boobs?
Yes.
Well, they're a pain in the back, aren't they? They're like they're.
How do you know, Corinne?
That's that bad.
Point. No, that's a good point.
That's that bad honesty
what
again.
would be like to have, yeah, but that,
Bad honesty.
No, but in fairness, today that would be like me saying to him, "Imagine what it would be like to have a normal-sized penis."
Later in the Glasshouse, Prince Andrew repeats Rule 1 about dealing with the paparazzi.
One had to avoid them. One didn't run them down.
John Howard announces the Foreign Minister's porn star name.
Alexander is bang on.
And ACTU Secretary Greg Combay reveals the sort of poker he wants to stick up the workplace minister's bottom.
That's a red hot one.
Tonight's question on the Glasshouse is, what's the worst thing you ever did when you were drunk? Let's find some answers.
Once I sang Taiwanese national anthem in China. Didn't go down well.
All right, mate, what's the worst thing you ever did when you were drunk?
Ran naked down St Kilda Beach.
Really? Was it winter or summer?
Summer. It was beautiful weather for it.
Oh, yeah. What's the worst thing you ever did when you were drunk?
Photographed him.
Oh, you were there when he did the nude run?
Yeah.
Wow, what a happy couple you are.
Me? Oh, I'm a pretty good girl, Dave. I don't drink much. So, I think I had a bit of a stumble in the middle of the road and that was it.
You are hardcore, aren't you?
I go hard.
I've done nothing. I'm an angel. Must protect my integrity.
by lying to us.
Essentially.
All right, mate, what's the worst thing you've ever done when you were drunk?
Running down a main road with just a sombrero on and nothing else.
You're just swinging in the breeze?
Yeah.
Now, how are you related to this guy?
Unfortunately, I'm his father.
Oh, does that make you proud?
Oh, yeah, mate.
You ever done any nude work?
Nah, not yet.
What's the worst thing you've ever done when you're drunk?
Went to an AA meeting.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think you should have gone to the AA meeting, like you had issues with alcohol?
Not really.
No, he's got drunk and that'll be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is disgraceful.
In bloody good news for blokes, a recent study has found more and more young women are aping masculine behaviour as a way to compete with men. They like to go to the football, get drunk in public and swear, and they've been dubbed ockerettes. Ockerettes sounds like something Warnie chews on when he's trying to quit. Women are doing traditional male jobs, drinking more booze, driving more aggressively, watching more footy and paying for dinner more often. And if that's not enough, they've got boobs.
Spot on.
Dave, I'd like your help.
Sure.
I want you to be an ockerette.
Right.
And we're going to interview you. First question, Boozy Husey.
Yes.
What sort of things do you girls like to do?
I mean, things is a bit harsh. Most of them are human.
I've got a question for you. Very important question. You do all those
You
things.
are our role model, Merv, I can tell you.
You do all...
We'd love to grow a moustache like yours.
Do you shout in turn?
Do I shout in turn?
Yes.
Yes, until it's my turn, then I go to the toilet.
You're a bloke.
What would you and your fellow ockerettes do if they walked into a pub and Merv was there?
We'd toss a coin and then we'd get in line.
What sort of pickup line would you use to pick up someone like a Merv Hughes?
We go, you got a couple of minutes, how about it?
So you want foreplay too?
That moustache is only foreplay you need, Merv.
What is it about Merv that particularly turns you on?
The handlebars.
Well, OK, would you have Merv's baby?
I'd like to think he was using protection.
How drunk would you have to get to have sex with me, though? I just want to know whether you love me or you're just using me.
Are you coming on to me? No, I do you sober.
Is this whole, you know, being really rough and going out and acting like one of the men, is this a feminist cause for you?
No, not really, no. It's just I like to get pissed and shag blokes.
Are you into sport? Obviously you like Merv for his cricket. Do you follow the football?
Yeah, don't mind the footy, yeah.
Who's your favourite team in, say, the league?
On the league, I like the Bulldogs, yeah.
Why is that?
I know how to treat a lady.
I'm thinking you're liking this character far too much.
See, Boozy Husey, I've got to say I'm finding this an interesting twist because nowhere in that article did it mention anything about sex. And the Boozy Husey seems to have taken that ball and run with that ball.
Very, very quickly.
Do you speak any other languages?
Just the language of love.
What's your favourite drink?
A cocksucking cowboy.
Yes, it's time to award the coveted Glasshouse trophy, which this week is called... The Apple Shiloh Peaches Trixie Bell Tennyson Memorial Moon Unit comes from Hanoi, where a father who named his son fined $6,500, the money he had to pay in Vietnamese dong for ignoring the country's two-child policy, has agreed to change the name 19 years after the kid was born. 2 decades of teasing and a lifetime of counselling. The father has now changed the name from fine $6,500 to, this is true, Golden Dragon. Golden Dragon thanked his father and promised to stop calling him miserable, cranky, tight ass who should have kept his dong in his pants. So the trophy goes to Mr. Dragon and his son, Golden. It's probably better people don't christen their kids after the events surrounding their birth. The most popular names would be She Said She Was on the Pill and Condom Broke. Well, that's the way it is for Wednesday, July the 19th. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Merv. And let's take a look at tomorrow's headlines. According to the Fin Review, internet job ads at record levels. Thousands apply for Nigerian bank and penis enlargement industries. In the Gold Coast Bulletin, Chappelle Corby's birthday party plays pin the tail on the baggage handler. And from the Sydney Morning Herald, Anglican Church votes to keep gay ministers. Celebrate with dinner and good seats at the Boy from Oz. Good night, 200th show next week.
If you'd like to be a part of an entertaining, fun-filled night out, then join the studio audience for the Glasshouse.